Use mental thoughts and beliefs to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. This whole month, along with the Be a Better You annual challenge, we are focusing on the mental area and aspect of our life framework. The 9-part life framework, which is right here, my handy dandy visual aid: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. We have covered several of these. We're on mental this month, and then emotional, spiritual, and physical through October, focusing on an area and aspect of our life and therefore our businesses, because without our life, our business probably wouldn't exist, right? Especially if you're a founder or a creator, or if you started your own business, or if you run your own business, it wouldn't exist if it weren't for you. So what mental thoughts and beliefs led you to that? That's a great question to start with today for us. What led you to start your business? What thoughts and beliefs did you have that got you out of your comfort zone? Because it's not that comfortable to start a business, right? That for some people, but usually it isn't until after they've done it that it's comfortable, or they grew up doing it. But what we're going to do today as an action item for the Be a Better You annual challenge and for this group is pay attention to the thoughts and beliefs we hold as an organization, as a culture, as a business. What led us to start that business? What kept us going when we inevitably faced challenges or setbacks or problems that we weren't necessarily sure we were going to overcome? If you were in business before 2020 and you're still in business today, what thoughts did you have during the crazy times of the pandemic that kept you moving forward despite so many changes in our world? Those come from your mental thoughts and beliefs. So a process for doing this, I usually just notice as I go about my day as different things pop into my head, which are thoughts, right? Thoughts pop into my head, and then I notice it and I write it down, and I'll go about my day and do that. But if you don't and aren't great at doing that, I've done it for so long, I just automatically do it when I'm focusing on a topic for the day. But if you haven't, then decide on an area of, and I would suggest your mental thoughts and beliefs for your organization. What does your organization, what does your business believe about itself? How do you behave? How do you respond? Etc. What are you thinking? Because if you think you're a problem-solving company, that's a very different thing than if you think or don't think that you're good at solving problems as an organization, and that every challenge is a big drama and overwhelming, right? Because we have challenges every day. If we make all of them dramatic and overwhelming, we're choosing to do that. And that will negatively impact our ability to solve problems, move forward, and build and grow and supersize our business. So what I like to do, if I don't want to, and if I want a faster solution, or if I'm working with a group of people, we'll do what I call a brain dump, or a stream of thought dump is probably better than a brain dump. But we'll get together, we'll set a timer, usually 5 minutes, and sometimes we'll do it more than once. We'll do a couple sets of 5 because it gives us more material to work with. And we will all just think about anything thought related, mental, belief system with respect to our abilities and skills and thinking, because it all starts in our mind first. And we'll just write it all down. And we'll usually set a 5 or a couple of 5-minute timers, and we'll do that as a group. Doing it as a group with your business is so powerful because other people have different points of view and perspective, and they can see things that we don't even see. I've learned so much by doing this in a group setting, a brain dump type thing where we just write down everything about the topic at hand, which in this case is mental health and well-being of our organization, and our thoughts and our beliefs about that. And then we want to look at everything that everybody's written down, and we usually do it on a flow chart or a whiteboard, and we just start writing down common themes. And then everybody that actually had that will just put little hash marks by it, because that tells us how prevalent it is in the organization, whether we believe it or not. I can't tell you how many beliefs have popped up in these type meetings that I was absolutely consciously unaware of. Now, on a subconscious level, I probably maybe had a clue or an inkling, but was really not paying any attention to it because I didn't think it was a big deal, only to come to find out it was a huge deal and we needed to deal with it right away. A lot of those pop up with respect to our capabilities and our thought about what we can and cannot do, and our thoughts about our miscommunications about what we actually in our organizations can and cannot do. And then we're going to tag each of the things that come up with E for empowering belief, L for limiting belief, or a question mark for we don't know if it's positive or negative, but we know what's going on. So we want to look at it and figure it out. Then we're going to pick, usually in a meeting like this, we're going to pick the big three that come up and we're going to address them. And if they're limiting beliefs, we're going to find ways to counteract that by asking questions about it. Where did it come from? Is it even ours? Is it something that we just picked up from the industry or the culture that we're operating in? And we actually are like, well, that's true for other businesses, but it's 100% not true for us. This isn't how we think. This isn't how we do things. And guess what? All the things we do differently are the things that give us a competitive advantage and attract the perfect people to us versus us having to go out all the time and beg people to be a part of our organizations and to work with our company at all. And then we're going to score on a scale of 1 to 10. How do we feel about that? How big an impact do we think that this thought or belief is in our culture right now? And if it's a 10 and it's a limiting belief, we're going to deal with that baby tomorrow. Because we want to make sure anything that's limiting our ability to grow and build and supersize is either eliminated or replaced with something that's empowering for us. And then we're going to find ways to build that into our culture quickly so that we're not being limited by anything internal anymore. I think I've shared a lot that when I discover a challenge, often I am part of that problem or part of that bottleneck. And maybe it's just because I've never thought of it or looked at it from the perspective that other people are, meaning our customers or the employee team or our team members or the people that we affiliate and join forces with to create more positivity in the world. So that's what we're going to do today. I challenge you to do this today. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. 5 minutes over lunch, you can grab a group of 5 or 6 people and do a 5-minute timer and knock this out. So we can make excuses or we can take action to move us forward. I'm going to say let's always be being a better version of our organization and making the world a better place. Any questions about this, please hit me up and ask. Done it literally thousands of times with different organizations and for different areas of the life framework. This month, we're just doing it for mental. All right, have an awesome day. And if I can help, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.